In this video, I'll be using the Desmos graphing calculator to describe the parameters for the linear equation. In equation 1, I have the typical form for a linear equation, y equals mx plus b. So for question 1, suppose if I let m equal 0, in which case the equation will simplify to an equation for a horizontal line. So I'm going to list equations 3 and 4, y equals 5 and y equals negative 5, as well as another equation where I vary the value of b. So for question 1, how you describe the relationship between equations 3 and 4. Moving on to question 2. Suppose I let m equal to 1, in which case the linear equation simplifies to y equals x plus b. So I'm going to list equations 7 and 8 in this case, or y equals x plus 5 and y equals x minus 5. In addition, I'm going to pull up another equation where I value the value b once again. So thinking back to equation 1, how would you describe the relationship between equations 7 and 8, or y equals x plus 5 and y equals x minus 5? For question number 3, for the two prior cases, I varied the value of b. So how does changing b change the uh, graph of a linear equation? Next, for equation 4, suppose I let b equal to 0, in which case I'm going to let m vary in this case. So the linear equation would simplify to y equals mx. Now, if I vary the value of m, how does that change the graph of the linear equation? Next, I want to compare positive and negative values of m. So in which case, I'm going to use y equals 5x, or y equals positive 5x, and y equals negative 5x. So how do these two equations compare? In addition, to compare the magnitudes of v, I'm going to pair 5x and 1/5 x. In green is 5x, and in purple is 1/5 x. Lastly, for for question 5, I want you to compare equations 11 and 13, y equals 5x, and y equals negative 1/5 x, and compare equations 12 and 14 as well, y equals 1/5 x, and y equals negative 5th x. What do you notice between the relationship between each pair? And what can you say about each pair of m values? In other words, for 11 and 13, 5 and negative 1/5, and for equations 12 and 14, 1/5 and negative 5. And this concludes the video.